Dolly Parton's World on Fire is the first song that I've heard of to be a climate song released by an artist who's famous enough to be a worldwide household name. So it's a huge moment in history. It's an enormous landmark for the music industry. And upon hearing it, of course, like me, you'll immediately want to learn it. So I've started learning it. I'm actually going to teach you how to play it before I've finished learning it because I haven't yet decided how I want to play it, but I want to show you some of the options. My first go-to is always to go to the ukulele to learn a new song that I might use in a climate protest on the streets, because I want to be able to play it on the smallest instrument I've got in the simplest form. So you don't need to know many chords to be able to play this song on whatever instrument. I'll just list the chords so that you can know to learn them. So there's A minor, D, I'm going for a power chord D, so not major or minor, kind of D5. Sometimes it's written in chord books. You're going to need a C5 as well, as written in chord books. You'll also need a G and F. That's it. So 5 chords in total. So if you're learning this and you're learning drums, imagine this is a drum, this is your part. That's it. There's actually more complexity in the drum part played live, but you probably don't need that at all. You could add some more detail if you want to. And then there's a few different sections. There's the chorus, which goes, liar, liar, the world's on fire, what you gonna do when it all burns down? So that's the melody line, and the simplest form I figured out for playing a chordal instrument is to go for A minor, and then you could do that all the way through. You could do that, but on the what you're going to do, you could go to a D5, and that's because I was a little uncertain as to whether I wanted to go for major or minor. It's sort of fluid in, I think it goes major and then minor in the original song, so let's just go for neither. So by the way, this ukulele is tuned up a tone from normal. I'll tune it down to C in a minute for those of you who tune to regular tuning, which is G, C, E, A, but this is tuned to A, D, F sharp, B. There we go. So it's up a tone from normal. So what you're seeing here isn't quite what you were expecting. That is A minor right there, and that is D5. So liar, liar, the world's on fire, what you gonna do when it all burns down? I think that's probably the simplest form to do it, and I quite like the brightness of going over to the D5. I think the part that's more intricate would be something more like this. Something like that. And then there's a little part in the verses where besides going, which is probably what you just do on a guitar or on a ukulele, there's a line that comes down chromatically to E, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably I wouldn't do it because it's hard to do that and to do the drum part, and you wouldn't want to break from the drum part. And then there's from the Tell Me What Is Truth, there's a part that goes like this. So what's happening there is it is going from C to D, and I'm just playing the top 2 strings, and then from G to A, and I'm just playing the middle strings. There we go. That's the only different parts in it at the moment until you get to the middle 8, and then for those of you who are playing in this tuning, the A, D, F sharp, B tuning, this is slightly more hard than it is in the in the normal standard C tuning. So this is a chord of F. This is the Can't We Share Some Love? Can we share some love? That bit. So that goes F, C, F, C, F, C, G, and then that whole section repeats. That's everything in the song. So that is all the different sections of the song in 5 minutes, and you can play on your protest ukulele tuned upper tone to D. Now let's do it in the C tuning. There we go. It's now tuned to G, C, E, A. And by the way, I only tune up a tone because it makes any ukulele a bit louder to have the tighter strings of tuning up a tone, and that's better on the street, but sometimes it is a bit annoying for the chord shapes being more difficult. So actually you can see how much easier A minor is in this tuning. So A minor, liar, liar, the world's on fire, but D5 is harder because it's that. Well, I'll do it like that. There we go, just to show you. So you could go for D major instead. That, I think that's the best choice between D major and D minor. There's our D major. Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down? So then that's the chorus, and then in the verse you've got that chromatic line down to E that I mentioned, which I think actually you probably wouldn't use, but there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course in the verse you're probably going to go. So then there's the tell me what is truth part. Again, this is tricky because if you want to do what the D5, a C5 to D5 is, which you might find difficult if you're a beginner, but you could go for this, which makes it C major and D major. I think that's okay. The actual section goes like this. Tell me what is truth. And that was a sort of G to A, but you could just count it as frets, basically 2 and 3 sliding up in the middle strings. So 3, 4, and repeat. If that's too difficult, what you could do is just do it all on the D chord and the A minor chord. Tell me what is truth. You could do it like that, that would also be fine. The middle section is much easier, which is the can't we share some, is it show some love or share some? Can't we share some love? So that goes F, C, F, C, F, C, G, and repeat. See, this goes out of tune so fast when I retune it. Any other sections? That's actually all of the sections. Probably I'm going to do this, and when I kind of do my version, I'll probably do this quite a lot of the time. You know, that way of sort of thumping a chord and hitting, like strumming through so that you hit the body of the instrument. You can see where I do that a lot to get the drum part, and I think that will work fine. So yeah, see you on the streets with this song.